Hello and welcome everybody to League of Europe Season X Division 4 round 11 here already again in this season. We're here at Zandvoort. There was 16, hopefully 18 drivers where because Recon and Ultimate Mustapuro have not let anything know and not joined, which is always great. So they can join in qualifying should they still decide to attend inevitably. Let's see how it's going to go. Around 11 obviously here. Zandvoort's few guys' home track as well. I'm going to see how this is going to go. We have got Major Falcon in the lead of the championship with a comfortable lead as it looks pretty overcast right now. 181 points for Major Falcon for the German after another podium last time out in Hungary. But that race was won by Energetics, who's now trailing by a good 63 points on 118. And James Head on 96, with Joe Victor following on 91 points. NSX Bosnia in 5th on 85. Then it's Steven on 77. Also Muspur on 66. California on 62. Go 70 UK on 48, and then Harry Noark and Flip share the 10th spot on 37 points, which on technicalities should go to Flip, as he's got the better result. Let's see how this is going to go as first guys are making their way out of pits. And obviously, going to be looking towards hopefully even race, but with 16 rows a bit less good, I guess. We've seen MCFC as one of the first one out with the weirdest set of excuses I've ever seen in non-attendance, but eventually he turned up. AlphaTauri having a bit of a good streak of results recently, actually, with 2 6th places in Britain and Hungary, and has made his way up into 14th in the standings. So we're going to see how that's going to go. The Brit is making his way around turn 10. There's quite a few difficult to pronounce corners, but luckily I happen to be Dutch, so we could actually pronounce them. If hard on the ears, I'll end up calling it the numbers, but you know, it's always for the Dutchies a bit nice to hear the actual numbers. So we're gonna the actual corner names. So we're gonna go down onto the start-finish track. We'll go on board with the AlphaTauri of MCFC, and we're going to brake at the 50-meter point for the Tarzan corner. You want to stay away from that curve, but get as close as you can towards this as we head into the Gerlach bocht and into the Hugenholz, which in real life they take a very high line. In the game you'll see a lot more on the low end of things as we head now to the Hunter, into the Slotenmaker bocht and down into Schijfvlak. 24.6 is definitely not too bad. Coming through Masters here. Holding 7th gear very high into turn 9 and turn 10. I believe they do have a name, but I'm not familiar with them. But heading up towards the 2nd DRS zone. And they have an overtaking spot, but not too much as we head into the Hamst Air and Chicane. They reprofiled a little bit on this game, 49 flat. And it looks, in my opinion, quite a lot better. Bit of an interesting bump on the inside there, so as we head for the Camo bocht and into the Arie Luijendijk bocht. Obviously fully flat out this part of the circuit, and across the line, let's see what the AlphaTauri can do. A 10.5. Gonna have to see if that's worth anything good. Seeing Ibo go down towards the start-finish line as well as one of the Red Bull system behind. We'll keep an eye on that. 13.2 for Ibo, and F11.3 on the medium set of tires for Harry Noark, so definitely get some time in there. But one I'm definitely looking forward to Steven. We'll see his teammate just about coming through the last corner there. DRS is open, obviously, down towards the line, and purple for now, 110.1. Definitely not too bad. James Head's another one I'm expecting towards the front. 48.7 should be a little bit up on his fellow Brit, and that is definitely a little bit, as he gets half the 10 from him. The Williams guys just behind, starting a lap, I think, with Flip just, I think, having an abandoned run. Swip getting himself into P3, home race for him. home race for Stevan as well, so he comes across the line. Sets a 9.4 strong time there for the Dutchman, but not as strong as Bosnia's. 9.3 just behind that, and I think he'll be very happy with that as a first run for the Bosnian. Looking around if we can find anyone else. Energetics just about to start a lap. Joe Victor, I think, is on the lap, as well as California. So we'll keep an eye on those two. Maybe Flip as well in between them. I think he's also on the lap. So let's look at California. He's had a very consistent streak of results recently. Sector 1 split 48.8, slightly down in James this time. Not too bad there. We'll see the Williams just coming through the last chicane and into this last corner. Very difficult. To get it wrong on the curb, it's easy to put it into a wall. And Brits across the line. We're going to see a P5 10.2, gets himself right in the mix. Flip, another home raiser. This team 10.3. Joe Victor, Brazilian, 9.9 just there. So let's look at energetics. It's ooh, oh yeah, just went off there and slanted the Ibo a little bit. I think should have not create any time pens or grip pens for now. I think so. I don't think it's too bad for now, but that didn't look right. I'll probably have to go back in and get a new set of tires on, which is not what he wanted. Yeah, interesting. Not sure what happened exactly, yeah? I've seen a set of other guys coming out there. Axel is going through with very low amount of battery. But he's trying it. Zero Killer in behind with a lot more, but it's on the grass there. Keeps it valid somehow. But I'm not sure how he's done that. 24.5. See Zero, yeah, that's I didn't even see the split time, so I'm not sure. Let's have a look at Axel. Obviously with a bit of a depleted battery, so we could see him improving later on in this session should this not be a great time. Got an excuse already on hands. It's, one of the McLarens is weaving around the place. Just up ahead. 48.8, not too bad actually for the Greek, because he got a great result last time out in P4. Need to be careful with that McLaren. He doesn't get out of the way in the best of places. I think it was Slayer that time. But could have been worse, I guess. It's the Greek heading up towards the line. We'll lose a little bit of time, but a 10.3, not a bad time to start out with. A Slayer is coming through. We'll see what Serial Killer can do. He obviously had this moment early on. 13.4 is not too competitive. Energetics not ready quite with it either. He's down in 14, so we'll look at his teammate, Slayer. Another Dutchman. I think we've got, if I'm doing a quick count, right about 5. So, prepared to hit out a lot. 24.5 is a good first sector though, so let's see how this is going to progress throughout the rest of his lap. Heading into the Masters corner, goes a little bit wide. Going to keep driving? Or is he backed off? I think he's backed off, just about there. Energetics has started another lap. Which I'm not curious about, not too sure why. I'd have gone into this one, but maybe just getting the rhythm down, which is understandable. Seeing Goshi came a second run already. The Alpines. Let's see if he's going to be up in the first sector split. Whilst we maintain to keep an eye on the rest. The top two have got a sizable gap at the front. Those are two I do expect it to be between, maybe. As I think Zero Killer put in 11-1. So, getting into the competitive regions. Let's see, this Alpine. Bit of a quiet season, I'd say, for him. Not seen much of him, but he's always picking up a few points here and there. 48.4, slightly down in this time, so it should be some time in the last sector, considering he was definitely up on James this time. So I'm expecting he can crawl into the 9s here, should the sector, and it does look pretty tidy from an off-board view. Let's see, across the line for the Brits. No, 109.6, solid time there for the Alpine. Put himself in the P3, right behind his teammate. I think he'll be happy with that. James is 2 turns up. We've seen Harry Mark starting at a lap. Remember, he was on the medium to start out with, so this could be a good attempt for him to try and get himself up the time sheet. Energetics Again, continuing. Interesting. Major Falcon is finally starting a lap as well. Just looking around, Swip as well starting a lap. MCFC will be... no, that's not him. Joe Victor just coming towards the end of the lap. Slayer, he is towards the end of the lap. Puts himself at the P5, just about into the 9s. For him, James Ed, although putting it nearly into pole. Half a tenth off. Steven, slight improvement there, but marginal and doesn't improve his position. And remains in P3 for the time being, so you have to do it on another run. And just looking around who's the furthest along on the lap. MCFC is just getting out of the way for one of the Williams drivers, which is California. I think he's it could be an improvement, we don't know. Don't see the split time just yet. As he heads down into turn 13. Bit of a slide there on the exit, look like, but not too bad. So we'll see if he can get himself into the top 5 potentially. Yes, he can. 9.7, 5th place there. And for how long will that last, we'll have to see. And the Jetix 10.5, yeah, with those older tyres, not a surprise that he's a bit further down. Bosnia just starting on a lap as well, see if he can improve and maybe if he can creep towards the 8, I wouldn't be surprised. Joe Victor slightly down in his time as a sector 2 split, but seeing how he's continuing on, he could have some improvement in the back. 9.9 slight improvement there. Flip not really improving. Let's see. I might have started in the lap, I'm not too sure. In the German of Major Falcon, again, come around invalidated though. So these guys are making their way back into the pit. I'm curious as to how no work he put in a 10.1, and that was on the soft, so I'm curious. I feel like he still has some time in the back. Maybe made a mistake or two on the last lap. Is it one of the AlphaTauris just coming through there? That must have been MCFC. Probably wasn't held up too badly, as he said. Derating quite a lot in there. Yeah, just going back into the pits there. And Jetix, yeah, out of fuel after driving quite a few laps. See if Major Falcon is on a lap, but he's invalidated. So we'll look over to Bosnia's teammate. He was on a 10.5 improvement, but looks to have messed it up, considering he has no wing. So he's lucky to still be in a session, I guess. Looking further down, Swip. Can he get an improvement in? Or is it from... no, he's going to go into the pits as well. So they're all going to prepare on the final run. Maybe the Major Falcon is going to try again as Ultimate Whisperer finally joins. Bit late, but yeah, he is here, I guess. I said literally no one else is out on track currently. Yeah, there's a bit of a dull point. Currently, it still looks like a pretty open fight for pole position. We haven't seen what this guy can do. Major Falcon. As he's not had a valid lap time yet, but it's 24.1 first sector I saw, and that's very, very strong. So, you know, we're gonna have to see. And we do have a car out on track now, which is Slayer. Yeah, and someone who's seemingly got the pace at times, but maybe just things not going his way and not really ending up in the right positions at the right times just yet. Best result, 6th place. That's 3rd place actually in the sprint of Spain, which is just the points that got mixed up. Best result in a normal race is his last race in Hungary actually, which got him 7th. And yeah, let's see if he can improve on that today. Currently in 7th place. And we'll right on board with him for this next lap as he heads through his almost final real corner, I'd like to say, because this is just flat out. Let's stick a little bit towards the inside here. At least that's what I prefer to do. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. But then towards turn 1, the Dutchman on the brakes, quite deep into it, but he's got a decent exit it looks like, so just to work as we head down into Gerlach and into the Hugenholz. In the second, third gear, taking a tight exit there. Let's see, that's gonna mess up for him, but he's backed off already, so I don't think that's quite it for him yet. So let's look at his teammate. I feel like he's capable of a lot more, considering that 10.5 was on about 5 lap old tires. Can we actually see that? 4 laps. Fair enough. So let's see how he's going to do. He's not put on the ERS at all. Keeping the 7. So maybe another warm-up lap for these guys. It is a difficult track to warm your tires up. This will do it. So that could be the reason as to why he's in there. So let's look at the Brazilian instead, João Victor. Very quick at certain tracks and doesn't seem to be anywhere else at the others. So let's see which one of the two will be. He's in the middle of it the last couple of races. He's got an Alfa Romeo up ahead. Let's hope he can get out of the way properly. He is just coming down in towards high block. This is going to be close. There's Alfa. Wow, that's very close, Axel. I can't lie. We're on board with the Brazilian. It looks to be fighting the car quite a lot there for the Monster. That curb on the exit of it is very lethal. So you don't want to get on that. Let's see, is the inline improvement a slight, and I mean an actually slight one. So we're gonna have to see how it's gonna go for him. Heading into this final bit. Looks alright, but I don't really have a comparison just yet. So let's see if he's able to get himself into a higher position. Not that, but it did improve his time. So in the end, it could end up being alright. I'm just looking around. Mr. Purr, is he on the lap? Joined a bit late. 49.6. Not all too competitive just yet. So we have to see if that ends up being better later. Energetics come around. Slayer come around just in behind. He's 5/10 up. Let's have a look at him. He's got some more time in the back, then this could be a pole position. Mr. Perro on 11.2 into P15. Slayer across the line. P4. Good time from him. Not quite right up there, but I don't think he'll be too unhappy with that. MCFC, I think, just went into third place. Let's make a Falcon. I've not gone out. Let's see. Oh, he's going to be close. He could just about make it, but be close whether he's actually going to be able to set a time, given there's some people that you might need to let through. James it across the line. No improvement there. Goshike, I think, is just about to start a lap. Looking around, I think Energetics end of a lap. Yes, he is. Teammate off Slayer. Let's see what he can do. 9.5, just behind his teammates. Not too bad. Flip coming across the line to start a lap on the Alpines. I think that's Steban. He's starting another lap. Axel, I think, went into P9 just there, if I'm not mistaken. I think California is on another lap as well. So from Swip maybe and Major Falcon, this will be it. Cyril and Ibos are just in the pits. So Mr. Burrow, I don't know if he's still going to try for another lap. We'll have to see. I think he is. So let's see if he can improve. Speed João Victor. MCFC actually, he went into P10 just there. But a 10 flat, not too bad. One of the Aston Martins, which is Major Falcon. And Bosnia has gone into the pits. He's done. There's someone heading up the timesheet as well. Can't quite catch who it was. Major Falcon is just about to start a lap, so he's just about fine there. Goshike, I don't think he slightly improved, 6 cents. And João Victor starting in a lap, so now the last time should be flooding in. James had he just about missed out there, so he is done as well. Steban is done as well, so can anyone from the deep end still improve? We're gonna have to see. California, 10th up. Only P6 though. Not quite up there. Axel is done, looks like. Energetics is done. Mr. Puro looks done. Swip, 2/10 down on his time, and he's done. Major Falconen, he's basically got the only hope for me, and that's purple. That is purple. He could be on for an absolute banger of a time. Let's have a look what the German can do. He heads across. Lost again, lost sector now, and I think maybe even the time in the 8 is not impossible from here. You have to see across the line. Where's he gonna go? P3. Good time, but not pole position just yet. And I think that'll be it. João Victor is still on the time, but not really. A competitive one. And I think that's it. So Bosnia has taken pole position from a banker lap. But James Head in second, and then Major Falcon in third, Steve in fourth, Slayer and Energetics in fifth and sixth. Very close qualifying in the end, separating about 2 tenths between P1 and P7. If you go GK, 3 tenths, P8, and even a second down towards P13. So very close near the front. A few guys at the back, maybe not right on the pace, but all right for Division 4 standards. Could be worse, could be worse. Let's see how this heads into the race. As I can bring you through the full results. Yeah, look how close that is. Bosnia P1, James at P2, Major Falcon P3, Steve on P4, Slayer Energetics, and it's Californian P7, Ghost 70 UK P8, and Joe Victor, Heine Warwick, Axel MCFC, Flip, nice little 7th row there, with Serial Killer in Ultimate and Ibo at the back. So head into the race now. Let's see if it's going to be dry or wet. There's multiple people in the chat saying that their laps were not great, both Esteban and Bosnia. So getting pulled with a bad lap, we'll have to see. Let's see as we head into the race. What is the weather going to say? Around 7-4, we saw it this year. It can be quite tricky. And it is surely showing that. It's looked like intermediate times. Let's see how this is going to go, because it's a very different set of conditions. Ooh. I'm curious how the drivers are going to see this out before. I saw Major Falcon early in the wet, early in the season, and he looked very impressive. But yeah, it's a different track. I certainly have my own tracks where I'm very good in the wet, and then others where I just can't seem to get the traction down. It can do with the setup. Usually run quite high wings here anyway, so there's not a lot to do. I saw a car going sideways. I think that's Joe Victor, who's just gone backwards on the formation lap. Huh. But yeah, this will probably show everyone is on the intermediate set of tires. And no surprise there, it's just going to be what the surprise is towards, maybe seeing full wets or dries. Last week we had some rain as well. It went from dry to wet to dry. And certain people, actually it went from, I can remember at this point. It went to India at some point, and I think Bosnia tried to stay out on the set of dries, and it didn't quite work out in his favour, so maybe this time it's a bit more straightforward for him, hopefully. The NSX strategist can, not make any mistakes, although it's still certainly possible. Let's see if he can keep the lead from James Head into turn 1. Is a pretty short run. But definitely possible. So Slay and Energetic have both been disqualified from the formation line, probably hitting each other. Yeah, let's see how this is going to go down in towards turn 1 when the Red Bulls round as well. Which is very interesting. Drive's already struggling with the conditions now. Then towards the grid, let's see if we can get a bit of a better camera, because I despise in the cameras on this game down towards turn 1, I can't lie. But I'm just getting absolutely nothing, so I'm just seeing the back of the grids basically. This could be a very interesting race then. Definitely down towards turn 1. It's definitely possible to make an overtake. Beyond that, we'll have to see. I'm just waiting for the drivers to line up. I'm just going to go on board with the pole sitter at this point because I have no clue where to start. Otherwise, as the 5 red lights are going to come on. And let's see who's got the best start on the way as we head on board with Bosnia. And then he looks to have a lot of wheel spin, but that might be a sound glitch. Major Falcon's got a good start. And he's going to be alongside James at least. Bosnia keeping the lead. One of the Williams going straight on there towards turn 1. Major Falcon and James is still side by side, but Major Falcon taking a P2 just right off the Red Bull. As we see down in towards turn 3, who's got the biggest cojones. We'll have to see. Steban getting right away alongside James as well. He's not seemingly a bit of contact there as well through the sweeping uphill. And it all looks a little bit messy here. One of the Alpines has a bit of damage here and there. Not too sure. I think one of the cars went into a slide and that messed up the other car. We'll have to see who's got damage. I think Flip might have some. There's an Alfa Romeo up the inside there. And that sends Flip around and he's out of the session. And we've got a virtual safety car right away. That was a very messy second sector, I'd say. First sector looked all okay. There was a Williams off. I think that might have been serial. But beyond that, not too bad. But then something happened down towards the Schijfvlak and just a lot of people going side by side and messing each other up a little bit. We'll now get to see if we see anyone with proper damage as well. Potentially Axel, yeah, he's got some front wing damage on the left there. We've seen faster lap obviously incoming. Green flag again, very quick. Restarts. Also, Mr. Burrow's gone into the pits. So he might have damage as well as Harry Noirk is getting through on Energetics, but Energetics is getting that position back, I should say. And he's maintaining P7, but they're all behind Joe Victor, who's had a great start. If I'm not mistaken, he's at a P9. He's up 4. And he makes some more gains down towards the next few laps. We'll have to see if if Sweat Pace is actually up there or the start was just that good. You have to see. James has it right on the back of Steban. Both of them not able to keep with the Aston Martins up ahead. As of right now anyway. And yeah, those two are just seemingly running away with it. When does that ever happen? So Joe Victor's made a mistake here actually. Slayer getting through on him. He's into P5. As I was just praising the Brazilian start, he's made a little bit of a mistake. And now within between the McLarens. And we're going to go towards the front as Major Falcon's 3/10 behind Bosnia. But gets a little bit of a, actually better exit there. I thought he was going to get a worse one. And he could have a chance to go down towards turn 1. Bosnia white line, they're also already side by side. Who's going to get the better of them? Down towards turn 1, Major Falcon fastest lap there. Bosnia is alongside. Down towards turn 1, goes a little bit wide though, and looks like Major Falcon has a bit of grip on the inside, but gets a bit of a moment tank slapper there. But that's maintained a position. Bosnia trying to get another way through, but not quite able to, and he's lost quite a bit of time there actually by doing that. Now Energetics and Harnan Work still swapping away, but looks like Harnan Work can't get through just yet on the McLaren. And now a bit of a Slayer train forming here. So Stephen and James have managed to catch back up to these lot. Seeing Bosnia maybe even being a bit better for Sector 2 here than his teammates, but Sector 3 and 1 Major Falcon seems to have the better of him so far. Gonna have to see if we get a beautiful helicopter shot. There Major Falcon got a little bit of a better exit. So let's see. Joe Victor is trying to make a move down towards the chicane. Think better of it, but does hit him a little bit. It's not ideal, honestly, with the conditions, I guess, but yeah, it's not ideal scenario here. As Major Falcon has got a little bit of a gap. Bosnia just need to keep his foot planted here and try and gain on his teammates. Try and challenge them. We're seeing more side-by-side action here as both McLaren and Joe Victor are getting feisty among themselves. Slayer is going to hold that position around the outside. Energetic's trying to counter through as well. He's not quite able to. Joe Victor keeping his nose in, but backing out at the right moment there. And holding P6 for now. Seen Energetics try and get very close there. A little bit of contact, I think, but nothing too dramatic. Joe Victor is really catching player, come board with him, and he's right all over him. When is he going to be able to get through here? Sidaptari is proving how difficult it is actually to overtake around this track, especially in the wet conditions. Maybe even the wet is a bit easier, I'm not too sure. You do at least have some gaining spots where you can actually make a difference. Axel's crashed out, and we've got a virtual safety car again. So that's the second of the night already. Let's see if this neutralizes a little bit the race, because the drivers seem to be struggling. So we're gonna have to see if anyone decides to pit. I doubt it. It's lap 4. Maybe Falcon fakes a little bit, but he's definitely not gonna go in this time out. If there's any different tire combos coming aboard, maybe, but if it stays in this for a while, I don't see the reason to pit. It looks like no one is seeing the reason indeed. Now we're just gonna maintain this race order for a while. See, who's got the best VFC restart? So it looks like we're getting back on the way. We got a drive through though for Go 70 UK. And someone's off. Joe Victor's gone off. I'm not sure how that's happened. Something's happened there between McLaren and Joe Victor. I don't know. He's down into 8th. It's actually the first time on his corner cutting. Where do you do that here? I don't know. But that's impressive. James is right in the back of Esteban, but gets a big mistake, a big slide, and he's rounds from P4 on the grid in the race, and he is going to be down all the way into 11th, 12th, 13th maybe. I think he's just going to come out right behind Serial Killer, rejoin there. But oh dear, it was going quite well for him in the lead train, but not quite it for him as Axel's retired in the pits already. He's called it a day after lap 4 for him. Tina Hardenmark in the back of Energetics looks to be fairly comfortable. But is he quick enough to make a difference here? We'll have to see. See someone go in. I think that's Ghost in the UK serving as drive-through. To see Joe Victor go for a little bit late lunge there. Hardenmark trying to hold it around the outside. Still managing to do so. So they head side by side into turn 2. Let's see who's getting the better of this. Still side by side. Great respect between the two. A little bit of contact, but not too bad. On the exit, all clean. Joe Victor holds that position. Good move from him, but most of all, great racing between the two of them. Not expecting that to go that well. James is right in the back of Serial Killer. Let's see, where can he get through? Looks to be a lot quicker. But it's so difficult to make a move here, as it is proven. Serial getting a big slide there, and James thinking, when can I get past this guy? So he's on the outside here of turn 10. Can he get the better exit down towards turn 11? Cyril's parking that quite nicely actually. And defending the inside of the chicane. He's going to hold him up a little bit longer. Red Bull can't quite manage to find his way through. Stop guys are all about seconds separated from each other. Major Falcon looking the quickest. Marginally over Bosnia and Esteban. So James got a better exit now. We've seen some other fastest lap coming in now. MCFC even getting a good lap in. We've seen California and Aaron Warwick making a move. Aaron Warwick maybe losing a bit of time, making a mistake. Don't know exactly. So Williams has seemingly nearly got a move through, but then backs kind of out of it into turn 2, going around the outside again. Let's see. It looks to be drying up a little bit, able into the pit, so that's usually my sign. I say, yeah, he puts on dry, so we might be going to dries at some time. When that is, don't know, because it's usually a little bit early, but it stopped raining looking like. As this will prove very difficult for certain drivers. Slay having a big slide across the grass. And he is gone right again. Oh dear, oh dear. Thought he had it under control, but clearly not. He's down even further. Don't think he got damaged, but one of the marker boards is gone. He's down to 12 now. DRS is enabled already, so we should see some drivers go into the pits. This is actually not too early from Hibbo this time out. He might have timed this perfectly. Let's see, the Aston Martins could be in trouble here if they decide to split the strategy. Or not. Major Falcon's coming in, Bosnia staying out. Stevan is coming in as well. Yep, who's going to decide to stay out for a bit longer? Joe Victor. As he sets the fast lap of the race. It could be the right decision. It's quite difficult to heat up the tires around this track. Staying out one more, as we see Major Falcon onto hard, Stevan onto mediums. James is getting a 5 second for speeding as well, not going his way. But he's gone onto hards, Energetics as well onto mediums. I don't think mediums can do it from here, but they might be the better tire right now. So this could be very interesting. Most of the people going onto hards though. You can go 70 UK as well in onto hards, as well as Slayer and Serial. So let's keep an eye on this gap. 19.7 seconds between Bosnia and Major Falcon. That's the gap they need to keep an eye on. As Steban's had a much better exit out of the pits. He's already gained a second on Major Falcon. Those mediums might just be working better right now. And those hards are just not getting up to temperature. Let's see how this is going to go. Major Falcon is losing time as well to Bosnia. Staying about equal right there though. It's very close on the crossover. I think the drivers are better once they're up to temperature, but when are they going to get up to temperature? So let's see. Joe Victor has gained about a second on Bosnia. He's got some good pace in these conditions. Bosnia's in. Is Joe Victor going to come in? Yes, he is. Probably about the right time, definitely. And Ark and MCFC as well falling in. MCFC going to get held up. Swip is going to stay out. Okay. As we see some 5 seconds for Ark and MCFC speeding into the pits. Bosnia's on the hard, Joe Victor on the hard. So Steven might be short term the one to gain the most from this. Let's see. Bosnia's come out just behind these two, which is not too bad considering he went a lap longer, I guess. Joe Victor coming out, he's made a good jump up ahead of Energetics and the whole train. And Swipper stayed out on the inters, and he's just left out to dry, I think, at this point. I don't see a Serial Killer's retired in the pits, actually. So no point for him either. Which is bringing us down to 14 already. So Mr. Burrows put in the quickest lap, obviously a bit further down. So maybe get some more tires. I've got a better off the temps, I should say. So Swip, I mean, he's losing to Major Falcon, but he's also losing to Major Falcon, if you get me. So let's see how this is going to go. Steven's got in the DRS of Major Falcon comfortably. So Bosnia is the one who's lost quite a bit of time. Let's see if the Alpine can get itself into a professional P1 and maybe even actual P1 in just a split second. The gaining on Swip quite substantially, and I think he might even pit this lap. Trying to do some difference. He's got a freezing time, but he's just there though. For multiple warnings. Steban closing in on Major Falcon. Then the inside, and he is going to be through into P1. Let's see if he can build a gap towards Major Falcon, which is I think what he should be aiming to do. It's Home Grand Prix. Does he have the pace to try and bring that gap as big as it can be? California and James are side by side. They're coming through, and James has gone very wide there. Lucky to keep the car alive. But he just seemed to understeer a little bit too much into the Williams, and from that has I don't think got any damage, but did lose a bit of traction and all that. Major Falcon already losing the DRS to Steban here, down towards turn 10, turn 11. So this medium's working very well right now, which is not too unsurprising. Not too surprising, I should say. Because they're just going to be quicker up to temperature. The hards have a bit of a higher window, I should say, and where they work well. But also Bosnia is gaining on Major Falcon, so Major Falcon might just be the one struggling a bit more. Steban 14.7, seen on the top right, Major Falcon 16.5. 2 seconds nearly gained. These mediums are working very well. Energetic making his way through on, actually James said on California. California losing 2 for 1 there. The other Red Bull is coming through as well as Work, following through his teammates. And not leaving it out to dry. And this makes me wonder as well, what are these medium runners going to do? Because they cannot make it to the end. I think even the Hearts will struggle to go towards the end. So, let's see if those medium runners have a plan for this, or they're just going to wait for a safety car. You could see them go into another set of mediums or softs towards the end. But I'm not sure what the exact plan is for them. As California's got back through in the Harno arc, he might have made a mistake just there at a turn 10. James that's making some very impressive gains again after his spin earlier on. He's only about 9 seconds behind Esteban where he was earlier, so you know, it could be a lot worse there. Esteban, another fastest lap of the race, 14.1, and Energetics is now going to move through on João Victor and setting the fastest lap with his 13.6. James with a 13.4 on the Hearts. So the Hearts can be made work very well, should you do it properly, as Energetics gets through definitely on João Victor there. James have proven that the Hearts are a considerable tyre to be on, but maybe not in the hands of Major Falcon right now, which is very weird to say, given his season. Looking at mines, Ghost GK is on the back of Swip as well, P11. Few fights, California and Harno still close together. João Victor still close to Energetics, but he is gaining rapidly on the leaders. Only 5 seconds behind Esteban now. And he still has a lot of ERS as well, so it's not like he's burning it all to get that pace. Look at his times. I'm going to have a look at what lap Esteban does here, but I think Energetics is well quick right now. They're both seemingly quite quick though, because the gap's not really coming down. It is quicker. 12.9 is very good there. Energetics just in behind. 12.7. So yeah, the medium is working right now. The second to last, Esteban is very happy with the way it's going right now. Is California making his way back past Harry Work. Switchback maybe inbounds, but not quite there. Let's go 70 UK. Moves through and Swip for P11. And not maintaining their status quo as of right now. Up front here, with Energetics almost getting the earth of Bosnia already, 1.5 seconds. He needs a couple more tenths. Is he going to be capable of doing that? We'll have to see. As João Victor's gone straight off there. I think he's got caught on the curb. No damage seemingly, but losing a heap of time. And a position to James had in the process as well. So not ideal there for the AlphaTauri, the Brazilian. That's one of the Ferraris. I think that's Mr. Purro's gone round. Yeah, from wing gone, and we have a virtual safety car. So are these media runners thinking this is enough for us to pit or not? Because you could do it and make this hard comfortably to the end, but you have a big disadvantage here. Let's see what they're going to do. See what's staying out. I don't see the hard runners pitting. Energetics, considering not quite, he's staying out, which I'm not too surprised by. I think if it was a full course, there's an argument for it. As João Victor has gone in, does he have damage in the engine? Or is he trying something different? Is that mediums I've seen coming on? Are we getting a front wing change? I'm not too sure. No front wing change, he's just gone in for the sake of it. Mediums on. Interesting. If he can make this to the end, it's a strategy I've not seen before. He's gonna rejoin 10th or 11th. Yeah, just put the 11th there. DRS is now enabled. We get the restart going. As Mr. Burrow's got a 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He's trying to go back in again. He just had a miserable race as to joining a bit late. 3 seconds is the gap from Esteban to Major Falcon now, so the Alpine's pace is still good. But it's not long before the grading phase starts setting in for the mediums, and then beyond that also for the hards. Which is about 8 to 10 laps for both tires. As I see someone going into the... Ooh, interesting for Major Falcon. He's really trying to break the slipstream. I thought he was going to go into the pits there. Almost what it looked like. João Victor right behind Go 70 UK after getting the tires up to temperature. Maybe now he can start gaining. Pierce had a lot to gain here. he wants to make this work, he's going to have to drive quick. But you know he can do that, so let's see how this is going to go for him. He was just behind James Head after his little mishap. See how that's going to go. It looks fully dry now, even the sun coming out a little bit. Seen there's a lot in Zandvoort, so you just go up and down and left and right with the weather. It's Major Falcon, especially for that section. Like, so Bosnia getting very wide there as well, nearly doing the same thing as James Head. I think if it was wet, he would have done. This is going to allow Energetics, if he can maintain with him for the chicane, can allow him back into the DRS here, and he might start having a chance at both the Aston Martins. Really close. I think he might have just about got it, with a full tank of battery as well. He's definitely got a chance here, but these guys have got significant amounts as well, so it's definitely possible for them to defend. But he seems to have the better tires right now. James Head seems to be continuing on with his pace quite well, 12.4. James got that 5-second penalty because he still have a good chance here at finishing on the podium, even with his spin earlier on. As of right now, it looks like he's going to have to set up a maximum P5. I've seen the fastest lap for João Victor though, 12 flat. So he's got through and goes 70 UK, and Slayer's not too far up front either. He should catch him by the end of the lap, if not earlier. To see if the Brazilian can make his way through the McLaren there. So yeah, you see how quickly it can go. Esteban keep on gaining, but that's mediums, and I'd be very surprised if they make it to the end. So I feel like he's gonna have to stop again, in which he'll have a lot better tires, mind you, but it's gonna have a lot to gain through. Let's have a look at this gonna go. The Aston Martins are getting very close. Again, I think Bosnia wants to get a move on here on the German of Major Falcon. Gets alongside. Major Falcon doesn't seem to be fighting it, and Bosnia is through into P2. Let's see if his pace is better than Major Falcon's is right now. And then Jetix is just going to have to either wait, or he's going to have to try and force something to try and get through. Sorry, no work is through on California. These two seem to be always swapping. MCFC. It's gone in again. He's gone to mediums. If you're doing this strategy, I would just have gone to softs initially. Serving in 5 seconds as well for speeding earlier. Interesting strategy. Steven holding his lead. Caps come down a little bit, 3.2. But he still seems to have the pace enough to keep himself alive. Bosnia taking a bit of a different line, I think, because California gone back past Harry Marcus seems to have made a big mistake. He's dropped a second back immediately. This is just going back and forth between these two, and I don't think it will ever stop. Just eternally attached to each other. João Victor on the back here of Slayer. Let's see if he's able to get through the McLaren pretty soon. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to make the use of the mediums. They look towards the front. Energetics, Major Falcon, Bosnia getting very close together, but no moves down towards turn 1. So we'll refocus on these guys. Harry Noir back down the inside of California, not quite. João Victor, I think, is going for it though. Yeah, that's no surprise there. The Brazilian through on Slayer. And he's in the P8, and he's got 6 seconds to catch Harry Noir and California. Let's see, because on those mediums, you could make it to the end, I'd say. I think the last roughly 20 plus laps. He's pitted on 4 laps to go. It's going to be close, but he could just about do it. So Major Falcon seems a bit slow for there, and Jetix is trying to get through, but he's going to prove how difficult it is to overtake here. So Stepan is losing a little bit of time on those mediums right now. Gonna have to see. Energetic using more ERS. Is he going to try to get past Major Falcon? Is he defending the German? Not quite. I think Energetics is going to get through here on the German. If he used, there's definitely a way to go through. He stopped using. I don't know why. If you keep using a little bit more there, 5% more, you're definitely free. And if it be free, you can start attacking someone without DRS. Now you're stuck for a lap, not making use of your mediums. sacrifice he's taken. Harry Work gone back through on California. Whatever seems to not be for this race. I've seen Energetics very closely following. He still seems to be the quicker out of these three. Definitely quicker out of than Major Falcon, who once the dry conditions have set in, seems to have just kind of evaporated in terms of pace, just holding onto the DRS of his teammates, but his teammate seems to be a bit quicker than him as of right now. We'll have to see if Energetics is able to get through here this lap. If he gets a good exit, he's got a chance. And Major Falcon has a bit of a lesser one, definitely. 3 tenths behind. I think he's going to back out of it. Major Falcon maybe using a bit there. Energetics faking towards the pits. Major Falcon getting very close to teammate again, but not quite able to make that move, or not wanting to. It's California and Harley Work. Look at that, they're side by side again. What's new? So California gets back through into P6. And these two just they're gonna swap positions to the end, but Joe Victor is gaining 3.8 now behind. But if he wants again, let's assume the medium runners still have the pits of Steven and Energetics. Then Joe Victor still has to gain about 16 seconds to Bosnia Major Falcon to even challenge for this, as Bosnia has made a mistake here. And he's dropped 2 positions instantly, and this opens the door for Energetics. He's going to feel this. Then towards turn 1, I think he's overtaken and trying to get through. I'd be surprised if not, actually. And James is slowly but surely catching as well, 1.6 behind, with maybe the mistake setting in as well. Potential for him to get himself among this still. And Energetics using ERS, and now he's going to get through. Now you have the benefit of the grinding phase of the hearts will have set in now. So we have yellow flags, Mr. Burrows out, and we have a virtual safety car. And I think maybe even a full. Because otherwise I don't know why there's a yellow car coming out of the pits. So we see Harnowar coming in. Do we have a full safety car? I'm confused. There's a yellow car coming out of the pits, but it still says virtual safety car. I hope this is no glitch. We're gonna actually get a full safety car in this case. Which is turned out perfect for Steven and Energetics. Either way. Let's see. I'm confused. I hope it's just a glitch on my end. I'm seeing it on the top left saying virtual safety car, whilst it is actually a safety car for these guys. Well, let's see what happens when they come up to it. As I expect all of these guys to come in. James says can get rid of his penalty. I think he'll be happy about that one. And get a fresh start, as Bosnia is kind of back up a little bit to try and not get held up too much. But if he realizes that James is going to have to serve the 5 second, he doesn't have to worry at all. And he's too far back from California. So if he backs him up to California, you're going to lose position, Bosnia. Mediums on for Steban. I think all of these guys will medium. Maybe 1 or 2 will daredevil onto the softs. But I think this is the perfect distance for mediums. We do see Major Falcon actually daredeviling onto the softs, as I say that. Mediums for Bosnia. So that's the outlier in this case. California onto the mediums. And let's hope this is not glitched. Well, let's hope it glitched on my end, but not for them. Just gonna come up to the safety car now. He's driving out. I'm confused. I hope it's just on my end then. I'm gonna assume it is. You know what? I'm gonna assume it is for the time being, and saying that's a little bit of a visual glitch on the top left. That was a virtual safety car that maybe turned into a safety car and then didn't adjust itself. Let's hope we don't just go green flag racing in just a second now. Yeah, standing right now is yeah, there we go. That's fixed itself. Thank god, that's all good now. Steban into the lead, and he's going to be very happy with the procedure of things here. With Energetics in P2 as well, being very happy. Major Falcon only one to opt for the softs. I think they can make it. Whether it's the best tire for the 14 laps, 13, 12, whatever we get of racing remaining, we don't know. We're gonna have to see. But he's trying to do something different, I guess. Representation in the championship, I guess he can do something different. Bosnia in P4, California in P5. James are down is 6 now after serving his 5 seconds. Just lost out to the Williams there. We see Joe Victor crossing the pit line again. Gonna stop doing this. It's not too bad, but just a bit unnecessary. Sahar Newark is P8 behind Joe Victor in P7. And it's Slayer and Goshi in P9 and P10. And it's Swift in P11, who's got a 3-second time penalty. That's the only one here. And it's MCFC in P12 and Ibo just in P13. 13 drivers remaining in this race. You're gonna have to see who's gonna get the best of this. I feel like Steban has the pace to keep it in the lead, but Energetics look quick as well. And if Major Falcon can make the softs work, the chance then is for him as well. And I think the one gutting right now is Bosnia. After he makes the mistake, the safety car comes out, and he has no time to recover for it. So that's just how it goes at that point. And James is one I'm not counting out either, as well as Joe Victor. I think those guys, the 6, maybe California, he's looked very consistent, but I think he's got himself in that position because he's been consistent. But if he's got the possibility of actually challenging for podiums, we're going to have to see. We're going to get a little bit of a sprint race this way. And Ibo is caught up, so I think we might actually go back to racing this lap, 13 laps, which would have medium run as 1 compared to Major Falcon on the softs. Steban can lead the pace here. The safety car is going to make its way back into the pits. Let's see how he's going to do it. As he holds down the lead. Let's see if the Alpine can find his way. He's still seeing the safety car, so he can't go too quick. He can't obviously pass it like Perez did in Singapore 2022. I think he's going to go somewhere around the banking. He's going to be early actually, and he's got off Energetics pretty well, 5/10, but Energetics using some ERS, and he's actually gaining a lot of speed there on the Alpine. Is he going to be able to make a move? Not quite down towards turn 1. Major Falcon is going to be the one searching for moves. Joe Victor going for one on James Ed, and a good move at that as well. He's up into P6, and the Brit can't phase back immediately. He's going to have to wait it out. And stuck in behind for now. Together with his teammate again. Let's see Major Falcon. When is he going to be able to overtake? Because it's very difficult around here, like I said a few times. But on the softs, he might make it a bit easier to start. So let's see, where is the possibility for this? Then not quite into here just yet. Energetic gone a little bit wide there. Major Falcon hounding the back of him. Looking towards the inside. Energetic goes very wide there. Steban benefiting off of that. Nearly breaking the gap already. Major Falcon all over the back of the McLaren. If he can keep in mind, I think it's pretty vital that he keeps in mind for as long as he can. But we're going to see if he's going to be able to do that. Let's see, I think here's where he's going to use the German. Yes, towards the outside here. Energetics, I think, using to defense. Both closing up with Steban. Around the outside goes the German. Energetics trying to keep that position. Still side by side. They head through turn 2 now. Who's going to keep their grip the best? I think it's Major Falcon just about there. The inside turns towards the outside, and it's perfect for him. California and Joe Victor going side by side. And I think Bosnia has benefited off a mistake from Energetics, who's down into P4 now, and he's rejoined right in front of this. They're all getting very close together. Joe Victor, California, a bit of contact there, sends Joe Victor wide into the gravel, and he is down into P9, P10 even, ahead of Swift still, ahead of MCFC as well, but sets him back a bit. I think the lag played into that a little bit. Energetics making a little bit of a mistake. And another one there as he gets a little bit of contact from California, who's trying to get through. Slayer making a bit of a mistake. He's down at P10. So the pressure get on. Everyone has to push, and the mistakes are creeping into the drivers. who can make the lead? Is Steban going to be able to control this? At this point, it looked like Major Falcon's the quickest, but how long are the softs going to last to be the best tire for now? As Steban defends the inside there, Major Falcon towards the outside. He's not quite as far alongside, bit of contact there, and I think... Yeah, there's a bit of wheel banging. I can't lie, that didn't look that dramatic. But it's going to keep Steban on the lead. James at the California here, getting very close for turn 2. And California holds that position for now. He's doing some very good defensive work here. Can he attack Energetics? I don't think so for now. James is all over him though, so he's going to have to do some more defending. Keeps it ahead though through this part of the track, and that's pretty self-sufficient to be honest. Goes MD UK. Dropped up back a little bit from the pack. Let's see if he can catch back up, maybe down towards turn 11. So vital who gets the DRS here. And I don't think Bosnia has got it, and that's going to cost him a little bit. Maybe on the exit here he's got enough. Not quite, I don't think. He's going to have to use. And Major Falcon has already used quite a bit of his battery, and it's very difficult getting back around here. Steban still on 50%. We're going to see if he can hold on to the position one lap longer. Down the outside goes Major Falcon. Side by side into turn 1. Looks like Steban's got the best of it just about, but it's still side by side down towards turn 2. Still in it. Steban very deep into it. Sends Major Falcon a little bit wide there. Not sure that was completely fair as he turned in very early, but he's really trying to hold on to this lead. And doing a very good job of that as of right now. There's a bit of contact there, and Major Falcon sends him round, spinning damage for the German as well. He didn't participate in gaining speed. Major Falcon fully without a wing. And he's gonna be passed by Bosnian Energetics, who are now in the fight for the lead. With California into P3. And the consistency is helping California as of right now. Ooh, Major Falcon needs to watch out with that, without that wing. At this point, I'd let people through just to try and not ruin the races, but without that front wing is a bit... Yeah, I'm not a fan of this, but I guess he's trying his best to not ruin people too much. And yeah, he's gonna have to pit for a new wing. And Energetics is now gonna make a move for the lead, and he's up into P1. Oh, that's not something I thought I'd say at the end of the last lap. Joe Victor's back from Go 70 UK, and he still has a chance here as well at the podium. Mental race here, as Major Falcon has now retired from the session. And losing maybe a vital points for the championship. You never know. If Energetics is now into the lead, this gap can be eased in quite significantly. Let's look at the ERS situation, and he's in the best position right now. Bosnia, California, and James are all closely following behind. James a D rating though, so he is definitely not gonna be going on and easily passing him, but if he's got the pace, he might be able to still make something work here. Joe Victor, I wouldn't get out of it either. Some messing about here to happen, and he's still in this. Let's see if it's going to go down towards turn 1 once again with just over 8 laps to go. This is set to be an absolute shootout between these 8 drivers currently, I'd say. It's going to get the best of them all, and it's got a good exit, a good final sector there. I think California is wanting to get through, and it's defending all the way towards the inside there. But holding position as of right now they are. Joe Victor needs to gain a little bit more to get in that DRS. And not be under pressure from the cars in behind. And with them bunching up like this, there should be some possibility for him to do so. Apologies. I'm gonna have to see. I don't think Steban in the end got too much damage. If it is, it's rear wing or maybe side pod damage or something like that. It's the only thing I can imagine. As you see him making a move on MCFC down towards Schijflak, and he wants to redeem whatever was going on with Major Falcon there, I think. And he might still get a good point position. His pace has been phenomenal all day long, and I have to applaud him for that, but I don't think he's going to get rewarded here in a way that he probably should deserve. We're going to see California right on the back here with Bosnia. Bosnia doesn't seem to want to get too close to Energetics, or is not able to get too close to Energetics. I'm not sure which of the two it is. But he's sitting on 5-10s. James Head is the one trying to make moves. He's using everything to get alongside California. Is he going to be able to do it? It's very deep on the brakes into turn 1. California still maintaining alongside on the curb. Still side by side down towards turn 2. But I think James has got the better of it. As we've seen one of the Astons, that's Bosnia obviously going a little bit wide. Right in position. Hardenmark I think made a move on Slayer. And it's up into P7. Have Steven now right on the back of Swift. He's going to try and make a move pretty soon as well. Get himself back up to P9, obviously penalties is, but if he wants to get a little bit more maybe down towards the end of the race, someone getting a penalty, someone, post race even, is definitely possible. As they have both gone off, and MCFC now back through. Brilliant. Looking back here, James Head is fully ready to sacrifice all of his ERS to try and get through on these guys. I don't think he's thinking about saving it at all, which I wouldn't do with that. Around here, no. Force Bosnia to try and make a move on Energetics, who has a little bit of his battery this lap, but not too much. As they still go information down towards turn 1. Hardenmark making a move from Go 7 UK. And he's up into P6. Now having some slightly later tire pace. The tires will drop off a little bit towards now, basically. As the window's getting closer. We're gonna have to see who can manage that the best, and that's definitely gonna be a deciding factor into the last couple of laps here. Joe Victor losing a little bit of time. He's at 2 seconds behind this group around California. I'm seeing James at being all over the back of Bosnia. I think if he had ERS, there's a good possibility he gets this race win, but the lack of ERS is haunting him a little bit right now. And he's going to have to try and just force his way through eventually. But not down towards turn 1, I don't think. I think he's got a bit of a poor exit there. Bosnia looking like the one who might actually be close enough this time. But does he want to? Do you want to save for the last lap potentially? Don't use too much ERS right now. Be vulnerable later on. Have to see. They get all very bunched up again down towards turn 1. Making this a very exciting finale of the Dutch Grand Prix. I think Energetics haven't seen that Major Falcon has retired from the session, will think to himself, I need to gain points at least. Maybe not end up in the same mess. Bosnia is really getting close to Energetics here. Make sure there's not a similar scenario again. Don't want to see that. Around the back, Bosnia is of Energetics. So Energetics is on white. Oh, he's got very white. He's into the gravel. He's going to be down into P4. I said you still have to gain points on Major Falcon. That's not exactly what I meant, like keeping it safe level. Down to P4 he is, and is open up the opportunity for James. The Slayer's gone round as well. He's going to be down into P11. I think it's race a little bit. I'll have a quick look if he has any damage. Doesn't look like any major damage. Maybe a side put off of a side. What do you call it? On the front wing. But it doesn't look like he had anything. So James is going to try to go for the move. Mad late move from Bosnia, but James had to get through. Bosnia going very wide, and that's going to allow California to go into P2. Bosnia trying to get back through, but he's lost 2 positions there, going a little bit too wide. And California will smell this opportunity as well. This is going to be a very crazy ending to the race, I think. So this order is completely swapped in a matter of laps. With Hardenmark now actually being right on the back of Joe Victor. When is he going to be able to get through? And a very quiet but solid race here, the Greek. And Energetics is down the inside of Bosnia. Didn't even clock that on me. I don't know how that happened. Bosnia not in the rhythm either. Big of a slide there, and that's going to allow Energetics to probably get through here. Bosnia still trying to defend. So I don't think he's going to be able to. Still keeping it down the inside of the chicane. Who's going to get the better of this? I think it's Energetics, but both of them have lost touch with the top 2. And James Head has seen this, and James Head is trying to get away now. 7-10s to California. California has to push everything out of it. He was only pulling because he had the opportunity to. And this is going to allow Bosnia to go back through now. Energetics not having DRS, and through is Bosnia into P3. He's going to have to gain a couple tenths on California to try and get that DRS. Goes G7 UK going running out of Harry Newark now. Newark making a few little mistakes here and there. And the LP not quite able to get through Harry Newark. With some feisty defending, holding that P6 for the time being. Goes to the UK trying to find a way back through. This is what we're focusing on. Bosnia trying to get back in the DRS because if they want the chance here, they need to do it right about now. Ivo has spun at the back. Swip going through. Slayer is retired from the session as well. That should not bring out a safety car. It's too late for it. He will he get classified? He should get classified, considering he has crashed out with completing 90% of the race. Bosnia has got DRS. California, I think, did have DRS, but he's not going to have it now as we see more spins at the back. Steban this time out. He's back down. His recovery drive has not gone great, luckily, after the incident. These guys all in DRS of each other, but the gaps are big, the gaps are huge. I think Energetics is going to have to use his ERS, because he's the only one that has any. Goes 70 UK back for Harry Newark into P6. He's still fighting it out. Harry Newark finds someone else to swap positions with. The Energetics definitely is going to have to find a way through here. And I don't know where he's going to do it. He's the only one that's got any sort of ERS to use. All of these guys are below 10%. James Head looking absolutely rapid right now. And looks almost to have dropped California. If he takes the right line here with the DRS detection points, I think he just gets California in, but it's not an ideal scenario. I think Energetic is smelling a chance for the podium at least, but could have been so much more. I think that a lot of people watching this and seeing the end of this race will think the same way. James Head's got a 1.3 second gap. I think he's not thinking I could have had more, because he can't have more. Bosnia has lost his wing. He's going round and he's lost his wing. Oh dear. He's lost the podium that way too easily. And he's going to be down further, because Joe Victor's going to get past. We're going to have to see as we head into the final lap, obviously. He's going to try and stay out. At least P7 should be guaranteed. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not if you hit the wall like that. Oh dear. Well, that's going to be a maximum 2 points for Bosnia, where it could have been a good 6 at least, if not more. And now, a whole lot of puddles is showing up in this final section of the race. It's going to also... Wow. I'm absolutely stunned at this ending of a race with James Head, who's going to take home the victory after having that spin earlier on. He's shown his pace, definitely. After, 5 seconds pit penalty, along with the spin that cost him a good 7-8 seconds, he's going to come out on top by 2 seconds ahead of California. James is going to come across the line and take his second race win of the season, and he's won this comfortably ahead of California with a very good race, second place there for him. And Energetics, I think in the end, will not be too unhappy about P3, but there was definitely a race win in it for him. He could be getting himself Joe Victor in P4, then Harry Newark P5, goes from the UK in P6, and Steban, yeah, he's got the same story as James. That's just not the same outcome, I should say. MCFC P8, racking up a decent result again with SIP P9, Ibo P10, and then the last two that will actually still get points and be classified are Bosnia and Slayer, with a bunch of DNFs just behind as well. And I don't think too many people were too happy about this race. As we look at the race result now, James Head taking home 25 points ahead of California in P2, Energetics P3, Joe Victor, then Hardenwar, Go 70 UK, and Steban MCFC, then Ibo picking up a wonderful 4 points, best result of his season. We swept P10. Bosnia and Slayer will still be classified, getting their respective points. Major Falcon, DNF, as well as Mr. Puro, Serial Killer, Axel, and Flip with beautiful AO from Ghost Recon. So, yes, that's that. I'm gonna, I think, have to go. Next time I will be out with another sprint round down in Abu Dhabi. A very chaotic one, usually. But until then, it's gonna be. It's for me. I think Energetics is now. Well, it's got a fair amount. I think from the top of my head, there's now 48 points down towards Major Falcon, with James Head not being. He's around 60 points behind the lead. So, a few bad results like this for Major Falcon can really hurt him in the championship. But yeah, that'll be it for me, and I will see you lot next time out in Abu Dhabi.